The Cleveland Cavaliers are really excited that LeBron James essentially moved to the point guard position. In his interview, he said that one of the amazing things for him is that he's always been able to learn all five positions at the same time while being on the court. And my question in Cleveland is, what position has LeBron been playing his entire career basically on Cleveland? Point forward. So he's been playing the point since he's been in Cleveland. Since he came back, left, whatever. He's been playing the point. Only difference is you put a guard after it instead of a forward. Since even when Kyrie was on the team, LeBron James was playing point guard. He against the Chicago Bulls, they won 119-112. He scored 34 points. He had 13 assists, and he had about two rebounds. But this is nothing new. This is not a new formula. This is not like, oh, well, LeBron strictly brings the ball. LeBron brought up the ball 75% of the time. Or I would say he brought up the ball 85% of the time. Now it's just going back. If you have him at the point forward, he's going to be bringing up the ball 95% of the time or 99% of the time. That being said, the Cavs aren't fooling anybody. They tried to bring in Dwayne Wade in an effort to revamp the team and say, well, this is our new starter. That didn't work. Bring J.R. Smith back on the bench. Now they're bringing LeBron James in as the point guard. Point guard instead of point forward. This is not going to be anything new that we're going to see. The team gelled now, but you got to remember who the competition was. It was the Chicago Bulls. And the Chicago Bulls did put up a solid fight against them. They lost 112-119. So the point guard situation didn't really change much if you really want to be honest. Cavs are hustling backwards. I thought your goal was to get LeBron James more minutes off the floor, to leave him rested, to get other players involved, to other players to initiate the offense and run the offense. Now you're relying even heavily more on LeBron James because now he has to run the offense, he has to set up the defense, he has to make sure other guys are getting involved explicitly. As a small forward, he didn't have that responsibility he didn't have that responsibility until it was crunch time. Now he has that responsibility all game. Last year, his usage rate was really high. He played the most minutes out of any player in the NBA. As a point guard, he's going to play even more minutes. His usage rate is going to be higher. It's going to lead to more turnovers. Last night, against the Chicago Bulls, he had 34 points, 13 assists. Plus minus, he was just +7. He was positive, but it was just +7. It's not like it's going to make a huge difference because LeBron James is already a point guard on the floor. Giving him the title of point guard isn't going to change much. Cavs, I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know who they're trying to fool, but they're really hustling backwards. And the fact that LeBron only had like 2 rebounds is telling because the Bulls, this is the thing about the Bulls. The Bulls aren't a good team. And they shot 51% from 3. They shot 47% from the field. The point guard position is not going to really help your defense. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that LeBron James is not going to be one of your key rebounders, you're going to suffer on the offensive glass. Cavs have to stop pitching this whole LeBron James as a point guard, Dwayne Wade as a starter. They have to start pitching these things as the best things since sliced bread. Here's the deal. LeBron James is small forward. Sometimes he should move to the power forward. He's the point forward, so it means he can run the break, when he gets the ball. He's already had a monopoly on the basketball since he's been back to Cleveland. That's not the issue. That's not a problem. That's not going to be anything that, stirs the pot, whatever, have you. So, here's the deal. Here's the deal simply. The reason LeBron James is moving to the point guard position is because he doesn't want to play in the post. The Cleveland Cavaliers are at their best whenever they have LeBron James in the post and they have him surrounded by shooters. You saw that in the 2015 finals where he was going off like crazy. Forget this finals, he had averaged a triple-double. That's cool, but they were getting blown out every single time. That 2015 finals, that was Hercules LeBron. That was Incredible Hulk LeBron. He was in the post. He was doing work. Like, nobody could stop him point blank, period. LeBron doesn't want to play with his back to the basket. He wants to finesse and hold the ball or whatever. But how long is this going to last? Because eventually he's going to get tired. His usage rate is going to get higher. His turnovers are going to go up. And we're going to be looking at a whole different kind of version of LeBron James. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is going to be a relatively different kind of player that we're going to be seeing. And I don't know how long the Cavs can keep this up, how long the Cavs can substitute this, because you're looking at one of the oldest teams in the NBA. You're looking at a team that has turmoil on their bench. And you're looking at a team that's still trying to find their identity. They have Tristan Thompson on the bench. They have Kevin Love as their starting center. You have a clear advantage rebounding the basketball. Last night against the Bulls, you guys tied up 39 rebounds apiece. Why? You guys should be clearly out rebounding them. The Bulls didn't play a horrible game. We shot 47% from the field, 51% from the three. And the Cavs did vice versa. Shot like 50% from the field, but 40-something% from the three, 42%. So they're playing like a weird game that I don't understand. And don't get caught in the hype. That's all I got to say about that. Don't get caught in the hype about the Cavs and all the little moves they're tinkering with. Because essentially what's going to happen is when it comes playoff time, they're going to go back to what got them to where they at, 3 straight finals. Spreading the floor and pick and roll. And that's it. But now, having LeBron play the point now, this early into the season, 4 games in, the next 78 games, if he plays the point guard position, we might see a fatigued LeBron going into the playoffs. That's not something that we want to see. That's not something the Cavs want to see. We got to give some huge love to Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's averaging 36 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and 5 assists through the first 4 games. If you wanted to give an MVP trophy to anybody so far, it's him. He's a beast, and he might be one of the first MVPs since Karl Malone to get the MVP trophy minus shooting threes, because he's shooting 16% from 3, which is horrendous. But that being said, his field goal percentage is 65% from the field, and he's shooting 75% from the free throw, which is really good. Which is good for him, especially if he's not a good 3-point shooter. You wouldn't expect that from him. But 65% field goal percentage is amazing. He gets to the basket every single time. Now, we don't know how that's going to play out in the playoffs because teams are going to be basically daring him to shoot threes and stuff like that. But the way that he's been passing the ball, rebounding the ball, and attacking the basket has been otherworldly. Like, for a player of his size, speed, and strength to be able to do all those things, you know, Kevin Durant was right about him earlier this season, saying that he's a scary player because the Bucks are currently sitting 3-1, and he's playing a really solid game. It's very rare to talk about other players other than LeBron James in Eastern Conference with a great deal of admiration. But this is a breath of fresh air that we see Giannis playing the way that he plays, and also shows that guys that play within themselves, that know their strengths and cater to their own strengths, are something that helps teams and helps them perform at the highest levels in the game of basketball. He is definitely fun to watch. He has to be one of your favorite players if you're watching the game of basketball. Like, he does everything on the court. He defends at a high level, blocks shots, plays really, really great. He plays really, really awesome defense. Now, his team there's room for improvement, of course, yes. But watching him play has been a joy to watch. I gotta really tip my cap to Giannis. Like, that's crazy in the short amount of time that he's been playing to see his ascension. Essentially, he's ascended very high in the ranks. And the thing is, you know, you can call him the Greek freak, but it's freakish how great his game has improved. You know, once you looked at a kind of guy like athletic guy, a rebounder, or a slasher, but now he's showing you, you know, he can pass the ball, he can score the basketball, he could initiate the offense, and he could play that point forward position in a sense, sort of like LeBron James. So he's an all-around great player. He's gonna turn in that Swiss Army knife. You know, his game kind of reminds me of like Andre Iguodala a little bit. You know, like D you up, could score, sneakily could score, but he could score at a higher clip than Andre. So this is really impressive. And, you know, Eastern Conference player of the week or whatever the case is. But we're going to be seeing greater things from him going forward. And if he improves his jump shot, it's a wrap. It's over for the league. It's really over. This is Vlad, Hoops Junction with Hoops Me Tupla. Peace.